Got Brenda as well. Hey, Brenda.
Good morning.
And King Daddy, how you doing?
Have you when they're going to be offering trips to visit the ISS, would you have a GoFundMe to make that trip?
Ridiculous.
Okay, so they're going to be right. Okay, can you come back and tell us when they've done it?
They're going to the moon as well, apparently. Within 5
That's
years,
fine. That's fine.
So are these trips to the ISS
if-
going to be based on ayahuasca? Or some other type of mushroom extract?
So the question to Nathan is, would he have a GoFundMe to make that trip to the ISS? They're offering that.
Okay, I'll answer you. The ISS is in a fake medium. Whatever they claim it to be.
But would you go?
Yeah, I was in the middle of a sentence.
It's right here in the Netherlands.
Middle of a
Brenda.
sentence.
Wanna go
Yeah,
to
middle
it,
of a
you just
sentence.
come here.
I let her ask her nonsense. Whatever they say is automatically fake. Whatever we see as a light in the sky is not the set they film the interior. That is on Earth. It's a set with film cameras and high wire. It's absolutely not in a violation of the second law of thermodynamics. There is no going to the ISS.
You could expose that.
There's no going to the ISS unless you're claiming that you want to go to the set where it's filmed, because it's not in a vacuum of space. That's Narnia. It doesn't exist. It's not possible to have a vacuum of the sky.
You could expose that.
I am exposing it. I am. Listen up. This is me exposing the ISS. Whatever they claim the ISS is on your television screen is a lie. The reason being they claim it is in a vacuum. Outer space. You can't have gas pressure next to a vacuum. It violates a natural law. There you go. That's me destroying anything that's claimed to be in space.
You could expose that by documenting how they...
Just then.
Yeah, Brenda, if you really want us to do that, then you pay for it. And then we'll in person find out that it's fake and we'll share that data with you, okay?
Wouldn't it be better to discuss this when this ISS trip is supposedly up and running?
I was just asking the question. When they offer trips, would you have a GoFundMe or in some way have a fund to take that trip in order to conclusively expose the lie?
I have conclusively exposed the lie. They claim the ISS is in a region that violates a law of nature. That conclusively debunks any notion of men travelling around in a sky vacuum. It is simply not possible to happen. Would I have a GoFundMe to give money to charlatans that I already know are lying? No. And in the same way, the guy on the beach who's playing 3-card Monty, if some shill comes up to me and says, look, he'll prove it's not a con, no, I walk away from the shill. The shill in this example being you, the one shilling for the ISS.
So why wouldn't you take advantage of a chance and of an opportunity to conclusively show to other people who are not convinced or just otherwise have never heard of you, right? There's lots of people who've never heard of you.
I've already debunked it. This is the 3rd time. They claim it's in a region that cannot exist, like Narnia. You cannot have a sky vacuum. The gas we breathe would fill the space. The claimed area that spaceship is in, space, violates a natural law. It can't possibly be real. That debunks the ISS. I don't need to now buy into their bullshit or any pretend trips they claim the public will be going to, because they won't be. You can't go to Narnia. It's not real.
Well, I don't understand why you wouldn't take the opportunity to take...
Because it's not real! Because you can't travel to Narnia. If someone comes up on the street and says, do you want to go to Narnia through the wardrobe? I already know Narnia's fake. So am I going to pay him a substantial amount of money to pretend to put me through a wardrobe? No.
Well,
I already know it's fake.
Other people, in order to show other people who might be duped by the person taking
I'll do that now.
Look what happened with Greater Sapien.
Do that.
He paid $20,000 to go on a plane trip that was supposed to expose the flat Earth that never took place. It was just a big scam.
Yeah, Brenda, if you want
presumably
that, you
Nathan
go do
would
it.
do that.
You go do it, Brenda.
Right?
Yeah, have I answered your question? No, I wouldn't give charlatans money. Why? Because I already know they're a charlatan. How? Because they're claiming to be in Narnia. Fake. Space. Not possible. Violates a natural law. So no, I'm not going to give people who claim to violate natural laws, wizards, any money. No, I already exposed that it's not real by demonstrating with a natural law that it violates and therefore can't be real. So no need to give them any money.
Well, I don't understand why you don't want to take the flat Earth message to the rest of the world.
Shut up! You just explained
Shut Brenda
it 3
up. Sick of it.
times.
Have you got any? Well, let's not shut her up before I ask. Anything else other than why would you not give money to charlatans? Is that your only point here today, Brenda?
No, it's why don't you want to take the flat Earth message to the rest of the people who
Here
might...
we go. I'll take the message to the rest of the people. Space is fake. It violates a law of nature. The second law of thermodynamics. Entropy would take effect. The gas we breathe, which is expanding in all directions, would want to go into the vacuum, the lower pressure system, based on a natural law. Therefore, space is fake. It cannot possibly exist, or we'd all be at 10 to the minus 17 torr at sea level, because the gas would fill the space. It doesn't. It's absolutely pressing on something. Not a vacuum. Gas can't press on a vacuum. It would disperse. It doesn't. Therefore, space is fake. No need to buy into their bullshit 3-carb Monty. No need to listen to the shills like Brenda who tell us that we should be paying them to show us how it's not fake. Yeah, I'll pay a magician to trick me when I already know he's a magician. These wizards aren't getting a dime out of me. I'll sit on my channel to the very limited audience I have and tell them space violates a natural law. There are no violations of this natural law. If there were, it wouldn't be a natural law. And yet you and your wizards and your fundy belief in a sky vacuum is all you have. So I don't need to go up and see that space is fake. I already know. Right, 1 string guitars only from the globe side, it seems.
Brenda, can I ask you a question? Brenda.
Oh, you're talking to me? I thought I was muted. See, I can't always tell because sometimes I'm muted and sometimes I'm not. What's your question?
Is gravity a force, Brenda?
Yes.
No further questions.
So, according to an astrophysicist priest of heliocentrism named George Musa, said in 2019, gravity is not a force.
But you can think
that's
of
an
it
appeal
as
to
a
authority fallacy. That's an appeal to authority fallacy.
Incorrect. An appeal to authority would be if I asked my mum about whether or not convection currents on Venus were real. However, when you appeal to somebody who is an expert in their field, that is not an appeal to authority. Understand your fallacies.
it still is. When you limit it to only one person, it's still an appeal to authority. You need to appeal to the consensus of scientific opinion.
Oh, right. Well, we've got plenty of other people who say the same things. Brian Cox also says gravity is not really a force
that was
at all.
cute, Brenda.
Sorry, gravity is not really a force at all. Quote, Brian Cox. I think he's also an astrophysicist, is he not?
No, I'm kind of shocked. Like,
I think he's a TV personality. He's a TV personality.
I don't think science is like a democracy, Brenda. I think it's truth-based, not choice-based
This is just a gravity on week, because last week she was arguing that gravity wasn't a force, and this week it is a force. So maybe next week it won't be a force again. It's awesome.
Okay, I guess science is more like a lottery then.
Sorry, did you say
Basically, it's like gravity's a scratch off.
Did you say Dr. Cox is just a personality? Dr. Brian Cox, that is.
You're just appealing to somebody in the media.
Yeah, you've repeated it again. So that's two different sources now. Dr. Brian Cox, who apparently is just a TV personality, but Dr. Brian Cox says gravity is not really a force at all. And George Musa, astrophysicist, says gravity is not a force. So this isn't an appeal to authority, as these are experts in the field of heliocentric religion. So absolutely not.